what it is, y'all. We got to talk about Danmachi season 5, episode 2. Um, right out of the gate, before I get too far into the actual review portion, reaction portion of this, let me just say I am not really going to be grading this episode on its animation quality or anything like that, because this was mostly a story driven episode, right? And the story here was beyond fantastic. First of all, if you haven't watched the episode, make sure you guys go do so. This really brought me back to some of the stuff that I loved from especially first season. Reasons that I just absolutely adore the series. We've gotten into a lot of heavy action and things like that. And we're kind of going back to a lot of just the general silliness. There is some drama, but it never takes itself too seriously. And I love that. So I'm not going to give this a numerical review. I'm just going to give this I genuinely laughed out loud in this episode. It was fantastic. So I mean, let's just get into the review portion of this, right? Let's talk about it. So last time we saw that Hedon or Hedon or whatever you want to call him, snag Bell and literally just drags him off. And I don't know about you guys, I was immediately like, this is gonna go so bad. This is gonna go so bad. But literally, and there's no other way to put this, old boy puts him through literally Riz training. It was so funny. And I love the fact that even when Bell got it right, he still got beaten up a lot. It was hilarious. You're doing it wrong, smacks him. You're doing it right, smacks him. Yeah, I love that. It goes back and forth. Trying to get Bell to basically say something just right. And then he's like, you said it too quietly. Wham! Says it just a half a decibel louder. You said it too loud. Wham! I mean, beats this. There's a point at which Bell's reading a book and his eyes are not even bloodshot. They're just red from sleep deprivation and just general stress. It was hilarious. I love how intense, especially Hedon and Hegney. If you haven't played any of the games, these are characters that you're probably meeting for the first time, unless you've read the books and all played the games or and all that. But the Freya Familia is intense, and most of the time kind of ridiculous. Their interactions though are fantastic. You got a little bit of Hegney last time, where he's dark and brooding, and then out of nowhere just kind of gets distraught and weird. They are a pair for certain, absolute certain. So really, just at the core of it, this really took me back to what I love about the series from the get-go. I mean, several legitimate belly laugh moments that were just beyond funny. The whole training montage. The training montage goes on for what, half-ish of the episode, and it never gets old. At least to me, it never got old. It always found a way to keep going, to make it. There's, when you think Bell's finally escaped and he's done everything right, he puts him up to a task and he says, "Okay, well, you have to go get one of Lady Riveria's sandwiches, and she will only sell it to couples." And so he's like, "Go find a random person on the street, and you have to literally unleash all of your Usagi Riz, and you've got to get her to come to the shop with you, get a sandwich, and then you've got to be the one thing that kind of." He was very specific about it's a sandwich to be to walk and eat. And they kind of sat down. That was one I legitimately thought he was going to come out of the woodwork and just sidekick him in the dome. But no, so he actually finds Cassandra and Daphne. And I love the fact that Daphne and Cassandra are Cassandra's trying to get Daphne to come over and get one of the sandwiches. And she's like, no, I ain't playing that game. No. And they make no qualms about their relationship. But, Cassandra being Cassandra, Bell comes over there and works his magic. Of course, not like he has to do much. Like he knows they know each other like inside and out at this point. So the long and the short of it, they go get the sandwich and they're sitting down. This is where I thought like he was literally going to come out of the woodwork and just like sidekick him in the face. But no, the whole thing goes down and they actually do the whole like, exchanging the sandwich thing. And I love at this point, it's just he's been traumatized to the point at which they're just having the interaction, right? Like it is pure and unadulterated trauma, no questions asked. And he immediately, without hesitation, sees like the little mark in her cheek, and like gets rid of it, like the gentlemanly thing to do, but it is a bit intimate. And of course, Cassandra loses. As always, I had a dream that a rabbit would lick my cheek, and I'm just like, of course you did. Of course you did. And it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh man. I can't say enough great things about this episode. It was fantastic. But we do have to talk about the date, because obviously Seer does eventually go on the date. Oh, and the way she's able to get once again, genuine belly laugh. She gets kind of, I mean, Mamma Mia says in so many so many words, like, I couldn't stop her. That this was just gonna happen. And so they hire Hestia to come work in the kitchen. Of course, Hestia is completely worthless. So they eventually have to recruit the rest of the Familia and said, no, just leave. Just leave. You've done, like, I love Lily literally kicks her out. Like, you've done damage. Get out of here. And Belle runs into Eyes on the street, which is hilarious. Because literally Eyes is like, you're on a date with Seer. Cool. Sack of the damn, like, potato croquettes. And it's just shoveling them down. I don't know how girl, like, manages that figure when all she eats is junk food. But it was hilarious. Rah, 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 rah. I'm just like, I wish I could do that. Those things look delicious. But nevertheless, literally Belle's drug off, and Hestia runs into her, and Hestia's like giving her the third degree, and I just love Eyes just like glazed over, like, and Hestia's like, you're useless. Yoink. And then just off. For those people that get the joke, feel the weight on that croquette, I'm out. So, but the date goes well by anybody's normal standards. However, Seer is not feeling it, because she's like, you're a gentleman and you've been awesome this whole time, and that's not what I wanted. She's like, I wanted OG Belle. I wanted, like, the childish Belle. I wanted this. I had so many plans. And of course, like, he's overtrade. He's been traumatized. Who wears tails on a suit on a date like that? You're walking around town. Those things are going to get annoying. I don't know if anybody's worried. Those things are going to get absolutely annoying. Oh boy, looks like a defunct butler. But, Alfred Bell, we'll call him. But Belle Pennyworth. There you go. So Belle Pennyworth and Seer are kind of doing their thing. And, like I said, it goes well, but by Seer standards, it's not, because it is. You know what I mean? Like, this is not what she signed up for. And I get it. And she literally calls it. She's like, the Freya Familia put you up to this. That you still don't fully understand the ties to the Familia yet. And I'm sure that they're going to start trickling little facts out here throughout the series. And by the end of this, I'm sure everybody watching is going to be like, oh. But nevertheless, a lot of you guys have been asking which novel this is from. This is from book 16 at the moment. I think book 16. I think so. I am currently reading through 15. I am almost done with it. I'm really close to done with it. And we'll do a review of episode 1 and episode 2 once we've kind of gotten to that state. I know quite a bit of, obviously we read synopses and things like that, but I'm kind of rereading the whole thing because there's stuff from book 15 that you kind of get in episode 1, but in a very watered down fashion. Book 15 is all literally the interpersonal relationships and build up to this. Kind of like book 8 was, very much so, but book 8 was like 400 pages, like 250 pages or something. It's really, if you're trying to get into this and you want to read it, I would highly recommend starting with 15 because it does give you some great points and some great interpersonal interactions that we only got in passing in a very watered down sense. But nevertheless, guys, the episode pretty much ends where we expected to, where the big like drop from the teaser trailer where Seer's like, take me away from all this. I'm done. I want to be spirited away from all the drama, all the silliness, the Familia's insanity, all of that. And so if you watched to the end and you saw the title, Odor, for the next episode, things are, the lightheartedness is I can't promise the next episode won't be lighthearted to an extent, but it's going to get heavy, guys. It's going to get heavy. So we had 2 series that were very highly action-packed. I feel like this series is going to be very dramatic. But that's what I love about the series. It can be lighthearted, it can be dramatic, it can be action-packed, and it intermixes and is written so well that it all just works. So, no spoilers, once again, in the comments, guys. I know a lot of you guys I've alluded to some things, I've glossed over some things. Light novel fans, let's let the anime fans get it organically. Let's not do any spoilers in the comments, please. But we will come back if you do want a more in-depth, I guess, reaction. I'm going to reread through book 16. And like I said, I'm in the middle of my reread of book 15. And we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But for now, make sure you guys like, comment, and share. And we will come back and talk about these first 2 episodes here pretty soon. Unfortunately, DreamHack did get in the way and did delay episode 1, but this weekend we will talk about it, and it's going to be great. Anyway, guys, that's my review of episode 2. See you guys next week for episode 3, and hopefully I'll catch you guys this weekend for the breakdown.